And welcome back. Well, there can be a lot of benefits to joining a book club. One, you read books that you normally wouldn't. Two, you have someone to talk about that book with you after you're done. And three, you make new friends.
Joining us now with some general book club rules and some new recommendations for the fall is Carol Barrowman. She's an English professor at Alverno. She reviews mysteries for the journal Sentinel. She has written several of her own books.
She's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, nice to be here. I love this segment. I'm glad to be here for fall books.
Yeah. Well, this is a big deal. Book clubs. People want to join them, get in them for all those reasons.
If you struggle to read, which I do, this is probably a way that it forces you to read, enjoy, and hang out with people.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I also think I have a few tips for a really good book club, but I think one of them has to be you shouldn't feel like it's homework, right? I mean, it should be no guilt, no expectation. If you don't finish the book, still go to the book club.
I like that. You say no obligation, no apologies rule needs to be in place for your book club.
Right.
Okay. So let's go through some of the things that you need to have within a book club.
Yeah, I think you need to have a really good moderator. And have that alternate so it's a different person, and let that person kind of be in charge of picking the book, because then you're going to get some variety, and it's okay if they hear the audiobook, and it's okay if they watch the movie.
Okay.
That's good.
I mean, really.
Just admit it?
Just admit it.
Okay.
Don't do guilt about it. The other thing that I think is pick a book that's got a big idea in it or a controversy, because then you kind of kickstart the conversation. And the advantage to having a moderator is if there's someone in the book club that would talk a lot, like me,
Right.
then make sure that the moderator might start it off with somebody else. That's why the other reason it's good. But have a big idea.
Is it their job to kind of keep it pushing, keep it moving, keep the conversation
but without
flowing?
it seeming like it's a job.
Okay.
And do you change the moderator
I think
per
you
book?
should. I think you should. I think you should alternate. In some book clubs, they change the moderator is the person whose house you're holding it in.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That makes
They're
sense.
the host
Too. They're the
of the
host, so
event.
they get to be the.
So assign the
book.
moderator, pick big ideas, mix up your members. That's hard for people.
I know it is. And sometimes you just need to bring somebody in, because a lot of times you'll have a book club and they'll say, oh, Tiffany's going to hate this book. I just know Tiffany's going to hate this book. And you've already got preconceived notions of who's going to respond and how they're going to respond. So mix it up. Maybe invite another book club to come along. Like if you're doing a book
that's a cute idea.
a book that's got a particular theme, like gardening or something. Invite the local garden club to come and talk to you about it too. Or just
Who
mix
else
it up.
should you invite, Carol?
You should also invite
The
author.
Yeah.
Had me for a minute there. I'm thinking, yes, the author.
How do you do that? Because people think that's a cool idea, and you've got a suggestion.
Well, I think what you can do is you can Skype, get in touch with the author. Usually you can go through their publicist or through their publisher, and they will connect you up. I know tons of authors from all across the country that Skype into book clubs all the time. And the only thing we would ask is buy our books. You don't all have to buy them. We love libraries, but buy a couple of copies of our book. We'll come talk to your book club.
You know, if you have the author in the group, though, and you might be talking about something in the book that you didn't like, does that make you nervous?
offensive?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't mean to bug you out.
Well,
But
often that person will start out and say something like, I don't usually like books like this.
Have you heard that before?
Yeah, and then you know that this person is couching their, and that that's okay. There's so many books out there in the world that there's a book for everybody, and it doesn't matter. I think we've got thick skin.
Here are some suggestions for your book club, and these are great. So the first one, The Dutch House by Anne Patchett.
I think this is going to be the most popular book club pick this year.
Wow.
I love
Beautiful
books.
cover.
Isn't that gorgeous? I love books with houses in them. I love books with houses that are not just a setting, but they play a role as a symbol or almost like a character. This is about a brother and sister, and their father remarries. The stepmother takes over the house and kicks them out of the house. Does this sound like a familiar story?
Yes, we all know someone who's had that story.
Yes, right. So, and it's almost fairy tale-like, but this house haunts them their entire life, and it follows the siblings over, I think, 50 years. So it's Anne Patchett is great at family chronicles, and this is about so many big ideas: family, relationships, obligations, forgiveness. It's a great book club pick.
All right.
if you shop online, and sign me up because I shop online, you say this next book is a must-read, The Warehouse by Rob Hart.
Yes, this is meant to be set in the near future, but it could be today. So imagine Google, Apple, Costco, and Amazon all together
boy.
as one big
Monopoly.
But almost taking over our culture and our politics and our society. And what does that do for our individual relationships? Two main characters who have very different reasons for wanting to bring down this company. Great book, and it will give you a lot to talk about.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
can see that being a movie.
Yeah. Oh,
Sounds like that, you know?
Yeah, I bet it's already sold its
Okay.
rights.
The next one, which you brought here,
Yes.
The Swallows by Lisa Lutz.
Yes, this is a wry satirical novel about a high school and the secrets that that sort of bring down the school, but also the secrets that hang out between the boy group and the girl group, and it's about sex, and it's about the destructiveness of that.
Is it
and
14?
double standards. No, it's an adult book, but I think anyone over 15 should read it.
Okay.
It's really about the double standards and sexuality and so on. And I think, I'm not going to say any more about it, but I think it's got the most perfect cover of a book in terms of what it's about.
All
and
right.
I'm not going to say any more. When you figure it out, if you read it, call me or email me.
We're out of time, but you just have to give one sentence about this last one. I Feel Bad About My Neck by Nora Ephron.
Classic nonfiction book about middle age and how to deal with it, and it's hilarious. You should, if you've got a group of older women like
They'll
me,
love it.
They'll love it, and it'll be a funny, light read for your book club.
All right, send this to all your friends so they know how to run a book club this season. TheMorningBlend.com is where you can rewatch this. And Carol is giving away a copy of The Swallows right now. You can call us at 414-799-4444. Caller number 7 will win a copy of that book. Thanks so much, Carol.
You're welcome.
Love it.
You're
Thanks,
welcome.
Carol.
Thank